Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have the Mini Cooper S convertible. So let's quickly get into the boot. So the boot opens like this. It's quite heavy. No sense talking about the boot space. It's really for just a couple of bags. Then you have the rear seat folding 50-50 split here also. Then you have a light there as well. So you get a net here. So not practical boot, and here you can. It has a maximum load capacity of 80 kgs, so you can keep stuff on this. So yeah, this is the key. You get unlock, you get lock, and you can open the boot directly from the key. You get Cooper S badging here, Mini logo here, piano black touch, your British flag here, towing hook, twin functional exhaust, and LED lights, chrome finish here. This is the convertible model, the soft top one. So this is the alloy wheel. The tire size is 195 55 R16 inches, really small. Blacked out alloy wheels with Mini logo and the 5 lug nuts. Chrome handle doors. Chrome lining here, piano black touch, Cooper the S badging here with chrome finish and the turn indicator. So here also you have Mini written over here. The round theme is there. See, as you can see, the round key. Everything is round in this, like special for that. You have some fog lights, Mini badge, a roof hood scope. You have some different sort of treatment at the bottom as well. So you get an antenna with a piano black touch here. So let's quickly get in. This is the fuel cap. So it has 44 liters of fuel tank capacity. So these are the door. This is the door. Power window controls. This you can directly fold on both the windows. ORVM control. This also it's a round theme. Central locking, chrome lining of door handles, piano black touch. Good soft touch materials on the door pads. Door pocket of no use. You have a speaker here. You have manual adjust for the driver's seat. Then you have Mini Cooper S badge scuff plate here. So let's quickly get in. Okay. Now let's get in. Getting in and out is a bit of a problem. So it gets frameless doors. Let me show it to you. It gets one-touch power windows as well. So yeah, looks cool in that sense. Now getting inside and noticing that you get headlight controls here with the headlight leveler. Then you have the cruise control, you have the volume control and the voice command. You have the British flag here. 2 airbags in this car, ABS, EBD, ESP, ESC, traction control and brake assist. So safety systems are tire pressure monitoring system as well. And then you have analog display here. Then you have the stock for the wipers and the indicators with the paddle shifters as well. Indicators here. You have the BC band loss to information display. Here you get a driver armrest with decent amount of space here. Manual hand with chrome finish. This is the IDF controller like in the BMW. This is the automatic gearbox, parking reverse, neutral driving, manual and sports. Slot there. Twin cup holders with a trash can here. USB with a 12. Is it a cigarette lighter? Then you have the engine start stop button here. Auto start stop. Traction control, the drive mode is for the sport and eco. Then you have the air conditioning controls here, dual zone automatic climate control. This is the display. So now let's switch on the car. So it's like rose to life, really. And this is the information display. Just a minute, I'll browse through it. You have the clock, temperature, mileage. Then you have the average speed, km/h. Then engine temperature. So yeah, showing the parking range, total kilometers driven. So let's test the air conditioning. Dual zone automatic climate control, as I told. So this is the convertible model, as I told. So it gets twin lights here as well. It gets not auto dimming inside rear view mirror. Get a mirror only, not a light. And here also you get a mirror. So the mileage by area of this car is around 17 kilometers per liter. So in the real world, this is a petrol car. So Real world you can expect around 8 to 10 kilometers per liter in the city, and highway you can stretch it till 13 depending on your driving style. Then the glove box is lockable and is really good with a light here as well. So soft touch materials, the British flag here as well. So it has ambient lighting as well. Now let's browse through the information display. So this is a touchscreen as well. Is it a touchscreen? No, it's not a touchscreen. Media, video, communication, notification, mini connected, my mini. So you have vehicle settings, you have lights, doors, keys, speed warning, configure green, auxiliary ventilation, system settings, mobile devices, time units, sound, notification pop-ups, data privacy, always open, timer. You have some different settings of vehicle status, so tire pressure monitor, engine oil level, control and service requirement, technology in action, driving information. It will show your driving information. Then media, video. So let's listen to some video. Let's listen. Speakers are decent quality. I didn't really like that much the speakers, like how much we expect in the BMW cars. Then you have the lights here as well. For the ambient lighting you can change it from here, as you can see. So you have different color options. So these are for the lights. Now let's open the top. So you have a sunroof option as well, like you can open it till here for the max and then hold it. Again do it. The windows will roll down and the top will go back. So it's really good for your weekend trips on good weather, I would say, not in the rainy season. So yeah, really good in that sense. It's really a car for the drivers and to people who like to have a convertible. So let's switch it off. So yes, you have the preset controls here. Then so let's open the engine bay. I don't know, the engine bay is not being opened, so let me tell you about the engine. It is only available in one form, that is the Cooper S. So that has a 2-liter petrol engine. It's a front-wheel drive car which has around 192 horses and 280 Newton meters of torque. So 0 to 100 a claim time of around 7.2 seconds, which is quick for a car of this size and it's really small. And the top speed is around 190 to 200 km per hour, that's for sure. So now let's come to the verdict point. Is it really worth to buy this car? This car is really good. In terms of performance, it's a pocket rocket, and if you really like this car, it's good for a convertible, and if you're a guy who likes convertible cars, this is the car for you. So if anyone has any queries about this car, you can DM me on Instagram or comment on YouTube. So thank you so much. Please do like, comment and subscribe.